Welcome to this week's video email titled, "A song is never just a song." There's a word I keep hearing more and more at the moment: layering. In technology, complex systems are often built in layers, different parts working together to create the whole experience. For example, in creating this email for you to read, I concentrate fully on each separate layer before gathering them into something that I hope is cohesive. Even baking a cake works like this. You don't make the entire thing all at once. You build it layer by layer, adding different elements separately before they finally come together. And recently, I found myself thinking well-crafted children's songs work this way too, because a song is never really just a song. Within a single sing-through, there might be rhythm, language, coordination, memory, listening, social connection, turn-taking, emotional regulation, vocabulary, cultural understanding, confidence, joy, anticipation, movement, pitch awareness, pattern recognition. And that's before we even consider the relationships being built around the experience itself. The extraordinary thing is that young children experience all of these layers at once. But as educators and carers, we can't possibly attend to every layer simultaneously. We shouldn't ever try to. Because effective teaching often means deciding, what are we noticing today? What are we prioritising in this moment? One sing-through might focus on steady beat. Another might focus on helping a hesitant child feel safe enough to join in. Another might simply prioritise shared enjoyment and connection. And one of my favourites is just observing what the children do with it. Where do they choose to take the song in this moment? And how can I incorporate that element of creativity into the next sing-through? The song remains the same, but the layer we're attending to changes. I sometimes think there's a danger in early childhood music making for songs to become fillers, something to drop into a transition moment without fully recognising the remarkable learning opportunities sitting quietly inside them. Not because educators don't care, but because the richness can be easy to overlook when everything is happening at once. And perhaps this is also why repetition matters so much. Not because children need drilling, but because each revisit allows new layers to emerge. A familiar song creates space for deeper noticing, and perhaps this is also why repetition doesn't always feel boring to young children in the way adults sometimes expect it to. Because when we attend to different layers and help children notice them too, the same song can feel surprisingly fresh each time we return to it. Over time, children aren't simply learning songs, they're building understanding, confidence, belonging, coordination, musicality and connection, layer by layer. Which is one reason I tend to plan songs across a whole term rather than week by week. Not to create performance outcomes, but to allow enough time for the layers to unfold. Wishing you fun this week in noticing the layers quietly sitting in your familiar things. Many thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.